Hi, my name is Jinkyung Park. I am a postdoctoral scholar at Vanderbilt University. Today I will present our work on how background images impact online incivility. This research was done while I was a PhD candidate at Rutgers University with my faculty advisor, Professor Vivek Singh. Incivility is a subjective and multifaceted construct. One of the definitions is the features of discussion that convey an unnecessarily disrespectful tone toward the participants or the discussion topics. Online incivility can negatively impact users' cognitions, emotions, and behavior, so our research tried to find a way to effectively reduce online incivility. Design intervention utilizes design ideas to generate individuals' behavioral change. Particularly, we applied a calm design intervention where the interaction between interventions and users occurs in the user's periphery because unobtrusive intervention is understudied in incivility literature. To the individuation theory, online incivility is frequent in anonymous settings because people tend to lower self-regulation and hence they become more likely to engage in aggressive behavior. The social identity model of the individuation theory suggests that in anonymous settings, people behave at the level of social group identity, hence they are more likely to offend outgroup members. Broaden-and-build theory of positive emotions suggests that positive emotions can increase self-regulation, hence make people less aggressive. On a social level, positive emotions can lower the boundaries between us versus them. As such, positive emotions may be effective in reducing aggressive behavior such as online incivility. Empirically, positive images are used to generate positive emotions. In this project, we wanted to test whether being exposed to positive images would be effective in reducing online incivility. The first research question is, does exposure to positive images help reduce online incivility? Since online incivility is a multifaceted construct, we wanted to understand the context of online incivility by addressing the second research question. How do user comments in positive and other conditions differ in terms of the direction of incivility, sentiment, and topics discussed? We created 3 online discussion forums with a positive background image in color, positive background image in grayscale, and no background image. The background images were embedded except for the center part where people can read and write comments to be less obtrusive. We chose a positive color image from the standardized affective image set and then grayscale the positive image. We tested the experiment settings with 40 crowdsourced participants to make sure that the background settings actually look positive. Stages in the experiment. Pre-survey asked people's demography, personality trait, political ideology, and issue opinion. After the pre-survey, people were randomly assigned to one of the 3 experimental conditions. For the main intervention, participants in all conditions read a blog post describing the Texas governor's idea to build a wall in the border area to curb illegal immigration and some example comments taken from the Reddit forum. After reading the post, they left 1 comment on the post on day 1 and left 2 more comments on other participants' comment on day 2 and day 3. They used a unique ID assigned by the researcher so that they can interact anonymously. Each condition was a separate website, so participants could not see other users' comments in other conditions. After the intervention, participants filled out the post survey to assess how uncivil participants' comments were. There were 3 open-ended questions asking whether they recognized the background images and whether the background images changed their emotions and behavior. 120 people were recruited on a crowdsourcing platform, and 105 of them completed all 3 stages of the experiment. 34 were in the positive color and positive gray conditions respectively, and 37 were in the control condition. The median age range of the participants was 25 to 34, 52% were female, 71 were white, and 49% had a bachelor's degree. First, we compare the mean values of the perceived incivility score across the 3 groups. The results show that the perceived incivility scores were lower in the positive color and positive gray conditions and higher in the control condition. 20 participants from the positive color condition and 12 from the positive gray condition recognized the background image, meaning that the positive gray background image was less likely to be recognized by the participants than the positive color background image. Participants mentioned that the positive color background image prevented people from acting rude, and they remembered that they were sharing thoughts with another person, not an enemy. They also mentioned that the positive gray background gave them some relaxation and a serene feeling. Next, we compare the mean number of uncivil expressions in each comment across the three conditions. The mean incivility scores in the positive color and positive gray conditions were lower than those in the control condition. The most common direction of incivility was other directed in all conditions. However, the comments in the positive color and positive gray conditions were more likely to be impersonal and less likely to target other participants than those in the control condition.
Manifested more positive and negative tones compared to the positive gray and positive color conditions.
Finally, using the LDA topic model, we generated the 5 main topics discussed. Chi-square test confirmed that participants in the positive color and the positive gray condition mentioned more about support for immigration and humanity approaches to immigration issues, while participants in the control condition mentioned more about U.S. citizens' financial burden for illegal immigration. In summary, both positive color and positive gray background images were effective in reducing perceived online incivility and uncivil expressions in the comments. Given that positive gray image was less likely to be recognized by the participants, positive gray images could be unobtrusive yet effective ways to reduce online incivility. Uncivil expressions in the positive conditions were more often used to articulate a controversial issue, while uncivil expressions in the control condition were used to offend other individuals. This implies that positive emotions may have broadened the social cognition of the participants in the positive conditions, and they were less likely to leave uncivil comments toward other participants. Finally, the comments in the positive conditions showed more compassion toward the immigrants than those in the control condition. The results indicate that participants in a positive mood may have lower hostility toward the illegal immigrants and thus may have seen the immigration issues from a humanitarian perspective. This study has some limitations. The control setting of the experiment may have biased the participants' behavior. Another limitation could be a sampling bias. The participants must have chosen to sign up for a crowdsourcing platform and to participate in the study. Thus, the results may not be the same for other populations. Also, this study may have exposed participants to an uncomfortable experience, and the background images could have also influenced their mood. Limitations. This study has important implications. The study adds theoretical and empirical evidence to support the application of positive emotions to counter online incivility. It can also motivate social media designers to test other ways of exposing users to positive emotions. In addition, with the growing adoption of 360-degree content such as metaverse, the COM technologies will be just as important as what's shown in the center, and COM approaches may also be explored to identify ways to reduce other forms of online risks. I look forward to your questions and feedback. Thank you.